What's going on, YouTube? So I have a customer that just brought me in a 2013 and it goes all the way to 2014 Chevy Impala 3.6 liter. It has one code, P1258, engine coolant over temperature. So I activated a protection mode. That's so the engine shuts off on itself so it doesn't cause any damage to the heads. We have a little puddle right here. The first thing you're gonna wanna check on this car, or any car, it doesn't matter the year, make, and model. The first thing you wanna check, you wanna find the water pump. In this case, our water pump is right here. What you wanna look for is any leaks. I don't see any leaks on there whatsoever. There's not a lot of ways you can test a water pump. The most accurate one would be just for looking for leaks to make sure it's not leaking from there. We just replaced the radiator on this about 2 months ago, 3 months ago at the max, and radiator's still fine. It's not cracked. My suspicion is it's not going to be the coolant temperature sensor, which on this specific model, it's right here behind this aluminum cover. These cost about like 30 bucks at AutoZone. Super easy to replace. I think it's a 19 millimeter. So I don't think it's that, because the reason I don't think it's that is because the temperature is actually marking. It would be different if the temperature gauge was all the way down. That's how you know right away it's a temperature sensor issue. The thermostat on this one is behind, or on the side of the driver's side, under the air duct, the air box, under all that. A good way to check if your thermostat is the problem, first thing you can do is you always grab this hose. This hose should be really hot. Right now in our case, this hose is fresh. It's not even hot at all. What that means is that means the thermostat is not even opening. Another thing you can check if you have a car overheating on you would be to get a scanner. Get a scanner, go ahead and go on live data. On that live data, it will show you temperatures from everything. It'll show you fuel system. It'll show you the engine coolant temperature, which that's the one we want to focus on right now. So I'm gonna leave the car on until the car reaches about 220 degrees Fahrenheit. If it goes over 220 degrees Fahrenheit without the fans turning on, then that means that we either have air in the system or the thermostat isn't opening how it should be, which I really think is going to be this case. The thermostat might be bad. It's not opening and closing the way it should. But like I said, we have no leaks. Just a really small leak by the reservoir, which I think that puddle was made because of the pressure that has been building up. This might have a bleeder somewhere right here. That bleeds out all the pressure so it doesn't cause this thing to pop, which this is the coolant reservoir tank. We got no leaks where the thermostat is at either. Fans hasn't kicked on. If I turn on the AC, both fans will turn on. But what you want to do is you want to leave the AC off. You want the fans to turn on by themselves. Again, this is a 3.6 liter on a 2013 Chevy Impala. Real common issue. But again, if you're having these problems, we'll read on the dash, it would say engine hot, AC off. So if you're driving the car, the engine starts heating up and you have your AC on, what it'll do is it'll turn off your AC. It'll turn off your AC on its own. It'll give you a code on the dash just to protect the vehicle from getting damaged from the heads, because that's the most expensive part. So if you ever see your car overheating, make sure you pull over right away. Let it chill for about like 20-30 minutes. possibly get it towed. If anything, you guys might get lucky and it might just be the temperature sensor. The temperature sensor is really easy and cheap, but so far our temperature's marking how it should be. If you ever see that needle all the way down on cold and it doesn't move from all the way at the dead bottom, then most cases it's the temperature sensor. But on this one, I'm gonna end up ordering a thermostat from AutoZone. They deliver here to the shop. They deliver me the parts. I'll have antifreeze here and all that. But other things you could check if your engine's overheating, just inspect for any more leaks. Like the radiator is dry, really dry. Got no leaks anywhere. But these are the most common causes. Everything you can do is you turn off the car, let it cool down a little bit. If it's time to change the oil, change it, but check the oil, make sure there's no water in the oil. The way to see that is because water and oil don't mix, so you'll see it divide. But I will go ahead and post another video on a how to change a thermostat housing assembly on Chevys. And it's a lot of these Chevys have this same motor, so if it's helpful to you guys, go ahead and give it a like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you guys for the tutorial on how to do this job at home. Thank you.